Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode, day number 129 of the 365-day trivia road trip. This is my first day back recording since my cruise ship vacation. Everything that you heard before this was recorded before that, so this is my first day back recording. I have been back in town for a few days. Sunburn's healing. I'm doing all right. Let's do 21 questions. Good luck. Question number 1, and speaking of cruises, this cruise line later merged with their former competitor, the Cunard Line. The ill-fated RMS Titanic was operated by which cruise line, whose flag featured their namesake celestial object? The RMS Titanic was part of the White Star Line. Question number 2. These disturbances can be longitudinal or transverse. What is the name of this type of motion, also called an oscillation, that have periods and frequencies that can be determined by graphing their crests and troughs? Question 1 was meant to be about cruises, but this one was completely coincidental. The answer is waves. Question number 3. In this novel, Roger rolls a boulder onto a conch shell that had been used to call meetings. What is the title of this William Golding novel about a group of young boys, including the twins Sam and Eric, and the choir boy Jack, who are stranded on an island? This novel was Lord of the Flies. Question number 4. In the original Grimm Brothers fairy tale, a rival pulls this character's bodice laces too tight, causing her to faint, and then brushes her hair with a poison comb. Later in the story, a hunter pretends to bring the organs of which pale-skinned princess to the queen? This was the original story of Snow White. Question number 5. This artist painted his wife Gala as the Madonna of Portlagat. In another one of which Spanish Surrealist paintings, a bare tree sits atop a brown box alongside an upside-down timepiece swarming with ants? This Spanish Surrealist was Salvador Dali. Question number 6. One of these institutions was simulated by a Philip Zimbardo experiment at Stanford University, and Jeremy Bentham created an ideal design for this type of building called Panopticon, in which a single person can observe all the residents in what kind of institution? That is an ideal prison. Prison is the answer. Prison or jail, something like that. Question number 7. Corundum is usually mined from deposits of gneiss, schist, marble, and other types of this rock. What is the name for this type of rock that forms when a pre-existing rock is chemically changed by high heat and pressure? These rocks have been changed or morphed. The answer is a metamorphic rock. Question number 8. In a Beatrix Potter story named for his cousin, what is the name of the character who retrieves his jacket and shoes from Mr. McGregor's garden, where he had gone instead of picking blackberries with his sisters? We're not looking for the title character, we're looking for the one that got his jacket and shoes from Mr. McGregor's garden. The answer is Peter Rabbit. Question number 9. While giving a speech concerning this specific city, Ronald Reagan famously said, "Tear down this wall." What was the name of this city, which was once divided into two halves by a Soviet Union constructed barrier? That Soviet Union constructed barrier was called the Berlin Wall. The answer is the city of Berlin. Question number 10. This continent's snowy mountains contain its highest point, Mount Kosciuszko, and its east is split by the Great Dividing Range. Which continent is this that contains Ayers Rock and is surrounded by a large coral reef? The name of this continent is Australia. Question number 11. Because they do not have this property, photons have no rest energy. Photons can move at the speed of light because they have none of which property, whose measuring unit is the kilogram? Photons lack which property? Measured in kilograms, the answer is mass. Question number 12. Along with his half-brother Sid, Tom lives with this woman and her daughter in St. Petersburg, Missouri. What is the name of this Mark Twain character whose fence was whitewashed after Tom Sawyer convinces his friends that the work was enjoyable and important? Tom Sawyer tricks his friends into whitewashing Aunt Polly's fence. Aunt Polly is the answer. Question number 13. For nearly 100 years, this mountain commemorated the 25th U.S. president until it was officially renamed in 2015. What is the name of this tallest mountain in North America, formerly known as Mount McKinley? The answer is Mount Denali. Question number 14. This man was apparently killed outside a courthouse in the aftermath of a civil war over the Superhero Registration Act. This former SHIELD member often faces off against the Red Skull with his sidekick Bucky Barnes. Who is this patriotic Avenger who fights with a star-spangled shield? The answer is Captain America. Question number 15. After the death of this man, the Liberators' Civil War was fought in Macedonia. What was the name of this man who introduced the concept of leap years in his namesake calendar and famously claimed, "The die is cast" before crossing the Rubicon River? The answer is Caesar, Julius Caesar. Question number 16. Gone with the Wind is sometimes considered to be a part of this literary genre, which promoted slavery as benign and necessary. What is this genre that was commonly named after the large farms that used slave labor? Personally, I did not know that this was a literature genre, but the answer is plantation literature or plantation tradition. Question number 17. Alfred Nobel invented dynamite in this nation, where the Nobel Peace Prize, but not the other Nobel Prizes, is awarded. This neighbor of Sweden is known for its dramatic fjords. What is the name of this Scandinavian country with its capital at Oslo? The answer is Norway. Question number 18. William Blake wrote about this animal as part of his Songs of Experience and included a companion poem about a meeker creature in his Songs of Innocence. What is this poem about a tidal big cat which asks, "What immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry?" That poem was called The Tiger. Question 19. This phenomenon allows battleships to float even though steel is denser than water. What is the term for this upward directed force experienced by an object immersed in a liquid that is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced? The answer is buoyancy. And question 20. In the aftermath of one event in this city, a man was granted the title Baron of Highfall. What is the name of this current capital of the Czech Republic where Count von Thurm threw a pair of Catholic diplomats out of a window in 1618? This event was referred to as the Defenestration of Prague. The answer is Prague. And the word of the day is defenestration. Now, the dictionary definition for defenestration is the action of throwing someone out of a window. Now, I don't believe that the word defenestration or the action of throwing somebody out a window is used enough these days. So this week, the challenge from this channel to you is to use one or both of these in your, day-to-day interactions with other people. Either use the word defenestration or throw somebody out of a window, report back to me and let me know what happens. I think that's it for today. Here is question 21. The tiebreaker for today's quiz. How many prime numbers are also even numbers? I'll give you a little extra time to count. Prime numbers that are also even numbers, there's only one of them, and it is number 2. That's it for today. See you tomorrow.